Hello, today is Friday, October 12th, and my name is Cynthia Milian. I am an attorney here at the Powersaw Group. And in this week's news, we want to talk a little bit about what's been going on. We're going to start off with a study that was done by the Migration Policy Institute. They did a study here in Houston, and basically the results of it show that there's a larger population in the U.S. of people that come from the Northern Triangle, which includes the countries of El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. And for the first time in a few years, the population of Mexico has also dropped. There's also been an increased number of people from countries like Venezuela and Cuba, people that are seeking asylum from those countries. Among the many different statistics that the Migration Policy Institute brought forth, they also spoke about how there is a lot of people here that are with DACA, and how they have the fear of the uncertainty that is happening under this administration and what could happen to them. And with this this study coming out, just as a reminder to everyone, DACA is actually something that is still valid here in Texas, and if you are close to it getting expired, you can still renew it. Right now, they're not accepting new applications, but you can still renew it. And if you have any questions about that, or if you have any questions about your work permit or anything about that, you can always contact our office. The phone number is here for you to call and schedule a consultation to get questions answered. In the news this week, we also saw that there was a case being heard in the Supreme Court regarding the issue of lawful permanent residents that may have been detained in the past and that could have been charged with a crime that could be constituted as a crime involving moral turpitude. In this case, there's two individuals that committed a crime and that were later picked up by ICE, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement. So at issue is essentially one word: when. When does the department have the right to pick up these individuals? Is it right after they are released from the criminal jail? Do they have to pick them up at that instance, or do they have the discretion to wait weeks, years before they can pick them up? So there was oral arguments before the Supreme Court justices this week. There hasn't been a decision issued yet, and we don't expect for there to be a decision in the next few months, but once we do, we'll be notifying you all and giving an update on that. But it's always very interesting to see the cases that are at the Supreme Court regarding immigration issues, because we know that whatever the outcome may be has an impact on everyone. And we've been talking about the proposed rule from the Department of Homeland Security on public charge, and the rule has officially been released on the Federal Register level, which means that right now it's open for people to give public comments. So it's open for about 60 days, and people have an opportunity to go in and talk about why this could be harmful to people, how this could affect people. And the Department of Homeland Security, in fact, is requesting for people to give comments on what the possible consequences could be if they were to implement this. Now, as you can recall, this rule, what it proposes is that if people in the past have used things like Medicaid or any sort of public benefit, this could deter them from getting permanent residency or essentially even citizenship status. So we don't want to alarm people right now, but if you don't need to use those services and you are seeking to become a permanent resident in the future, then you should definitely be cautious, and you should contact an attorney. You can contact our office and seek legal advice on that, because you don't want that to be something that stops you from getting permanent residency or citizenship in the future. We also heard a few hours ago that they are this administration is talking about another enforcement mechanism that they're going to use to stop the immigration that continues to happen. We're hearing rumors about something called a binary system, where they'll give the parents that have been detained at the border, them and their children, an opportunity to either within 20 days to either they can either choose to get separated or remain together. And if they remain together, they can remain together in the detention center. It could be for months or years during the whole process of their legal proceedings. So this is something that we're also going to be monitoring in the news. As you recall, earlier this year in the summer, there was a huge crisis with the separation of the families at the border, and we hope that this is certainly not something that's going to occur again. But we're going to definitely be keeping an eye out and notifying you of any updates on that. As always, we're here for you. If you have any questions regarding anything with immigration, whether on the business side or on the family side, always give us a call so that you could set up a consultation. We're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5:30, and we have attorneys here that are ready to help you out. We wish you all a great weekend, and thank you for your time.